Hello and welcome to this video. This is Chris and we are going to edit a panel on page 3 today. And it's panel B2 and we're going to update it with a new frame, a new balloon and new text. But in this video we're confined to only editing the frame and the balloon, and then the actual text we do in a separate video. So this is the finished panel document which we're going to change later on, but in this video we are using another document to edit the frame and the balloon. So let's look at that, but before we go on, I just want to remind everyone here that this is a part of this ongoing series where I'm documenting the work behind this upcoming comic book album, printed album, and it is 987 degrees centigrade, and it's Unlimited Danger Season 1. And it is episode 1 in that season. So this is a story about Barry Riley, an arrogant space captain who is going to experience a lot of trouble, a lot of danger, a lot of action, a lot of heat. So this is science fiction, it's action, it's thriller, it's drama, and there is a lot of interesting stuff to take part of. So it's going to be 40 pages and it's full color, and it is projected late 2019. But as for deadlines, we should be cautious, but that's the preliminary date. Alright, so let's go on with our editing, and let's get up Photoshop again, running here, and having the finished panel here, just waiting. But what I want to do is I want to show you my folder here where I'm having all the stuff related to panel B12. So I'm having an adjusting folder which now is empty, so what I want is to fill this with stuff from another folder here. Okay, so I have displaced this. I have to take another one for now. Let's take the one we had for B1. Adjusting. Okay, let's just reuse these guys, or not reuse them, but copy. So let's take B2 here instead. And I know I'm going to do the assembling of the text line later on, so I'm just preparing for that. So I'm now double clicking, adjusting frames, and I'm going to just check here. So let's just remove the old layers we had before, delete those, and we're going to replace these two here with new ones. But first we have to scan. So we want to scan the balloon and the frame. Alright, so let's see what we can, if we can scan in the frame. Alright, I rotate it 90 degrees clockwise with Control Shift period, and I save it as that, in that format. I go to my panel B2 and scan sheets, and let's see what I have. Well, we can take this one. So my prefix for frames is always A. Like that, and then I do my usual Shift F2 to get a contrast brightness automatic, and I close that one. And now do the balloon. So we repeat the import Canon scan and scan. And Shift Control period. And then I increase the scale just to have a look. And I'm going to show you here that I didn't put any date here, and I didn't put any information about which pens I used. So I should have done that, but well, things like that happen. So we're going to put B as in berry as a prefix for the balloon, and I'm going to do a Shift F2 once more to get automatic brightness contrast adjustment. Okay, so now what I want to do is simply to copy, well, just take as little white space as possible here. Copy, paste, and it's the same. There's only one frame, so, and I'm unlocking with F10, and then I'm deleting. Oh, I press V for the move tool first and then delete, so then it goes. So now we're going to, so now we can shut that down. We don't have to do that. And we are going to select the C. And now I'm keeping Alt down to detract from the selection. And I'm still keeping Alt down to detract from selection. And now I'm just copying that. I want to see there. Okay, so we said balloon C is the one we have. So I'm pasting with Control V, F10 to unlock, and then immediately delete, but I must choose the move tool, V key, and then delete. Save. Okay, so now I have these unmodified ones, and I'm selecting both, and I'm keeping Alt down. I'm dragging up both of them to the balloon, and then I'm doing the frame in the frame. Okay, so we can start with that one. And we should lock these so we don't accidentally destroy them or modify them. Alright, so I think that's good. So now we'll start with the frame, and let's see the horizontal and vertical lines here. Now for some reason the scale here seems to be strange. Because the height is a little off. But we will have to and we can also see here that it's rotated also. So except for this line down here, everything's rotated, so that there is to the left here compared to where it's down here. Same on this side, I think. Yes. So it's more to the left up here than, and more to the right down here. And that fits well with this line here also. So if I turn this corner this way, then we should be able to erect all these three sides here, and then we have one side which is a little angle on it. So let's see if we can find some, can get let's try out this one here. Okay, let's see if we can, yeah, let's try this one. If we can get this reasonably straight. I think that looks pretty good. And then we can move this one to the left, keeping shift down. I'm using left arrow. And as we can see here, it's very good, I think. So now the only problem is down here. Should we keep it or should we not keep it? In terms of, I mean, we have two potential problems here. We have, one is the angle, and another one is the height, the actual. So I think we will correct both at the same time. Alright, so let's do that. Let's make copy. Copy, paste, and V for move tool. Let's see if we can come up here, and then I'll just grab, or just rotate a little bit to get a more decent line. I think that's much better. It's a little bent. And we could fix a little bit of that as well. Let's see, just we could, it starts let's say we start here. And then we're let's do that. And then we'll just move one up. Oh, it doesn't really work because it's okay, so a better point is here, I think. No. Maybe we can increase the scale here, so. Okay, so what I want to do, we see it's this, I want to raise it up at least one level. You can take it here. And then why not here? Copy, paste, V for move tool, and then I'm up arrow 1. And maybe we can do one more here. Oh, whoops. Which is this one. Okay. And one up. Okay, let's take that. And combine it to a new layer. And I think it's pretty good. And apart from this corner here, or we can P for pencil tool, choose D for default, and then X to get the white. We take off a little, and then I do the comma here. Let's see where we have brushes. Strange. Okay. There they are. Okay. And we can do a little like that. Maybe shave off a little hair. Okay. Get a better corner up there, and maybe some here also. Fixing a little bit more black here. We're not looking for perfection in the usual term. We're looking for naturalness. Okay, and can we scroll to the right to check that corner as well? Okay, let's zoom in here one more time. P for pencil tool, X to get the black. And get a little uneven here, and scrolling down, continue a little bit here, X to get the white on the brush, and okay. Control minus out. Okay, so I think that's decent. And I go press M to get the marquee tool. And now what we want to do is just want to vacuum it as well. So I choose my H for the hand tool so I can see where the dots are, and I want to have my little bigger brush, and I have the white now. You don't see that up here, but I have the white color here selected, so I can. Okay, and then I put the hand tool again to move it in small circles so I can see there's another point here. H for hand tool, P for pencil, H for hand tool. Okay, and then we see some guys here. H for hand tool. Here's another one, P for pencil tool. And here's two others, P for pencil tool, H for hand tool. Well, it's another one, P, H, okay, it's pretty good. Now do the frame, the top one. Let's see, I put white behind Alright, so no, I just removed the red ones here. Maybe I can increase the scale a little bit. One. So top here, I don't see any up here. Okay. Oh, here comes a few. P for pencil tool. H. Okay, that's okay, so that's done. And the last thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to, okay, so merged frame, vacuumed, and that's the last thing I'm doing, and then I'm copying it to my finished panel. So I'm putting it in frame here, frame, and it's frame A, and it's from adjusted frames, and it's not down scaled. Then I make a copy of that, and then I rename that so that I later on can downscale it and move it, because that's what I want to do. So everything is prepared for the downscaling and the moving, but not in this video, right? Okay, so now let's hide this again, and then we're going to proceed to the balloon. Okay, so let's do the balloon. So we want to see if it's reasonably horizontal, vertical, V for move tool. But that looks strange, so I have to control D, deselect to get that. Okay. So I'm moving this up to the upper to the red lines, and I can see it's a little down here on this side. It's more up here. And what about the lower? Is it the same? Yes, it's the same. So if I use the upper one as a guide, then let's just rotate away. Let's rotate it something like that. Return to commit. We have something like that, and let's see what we have on the lower That's not perfect, but maybe we can do a little more like that. Just, it's still decent up here, so yeah, I think that's good. Looks decent, and then we take away the red lines and we increase the scale and start our vacuuming. So H, okay, we already have one there and one there. H, I'm doing the first scanning inside the balloon here, so I think that looks good. Now P for pencil, like that. H, do inside a little more here, just okay, good. Now let's take outside, starting up here, going to the right. And we see we have one here. P for pencil tool, H for hand tool. And we go down here, and here is another one, P for pencil tool. And maybe even here. No, and here's another one, P for pencil tool. H. Right, so that's that. Okay, so now we have a balloon which is rotated and vacuumed. And now we can just copy it. Copy here, and it's number C, or balloon C. That balloon. So balloon C from adjusted frames, not down scaled. I'll reduce something down scale. Okay, good. Right, now just we'll make another copy quickly, and it's going to be downscaled, moved. And once again, we're not going to do that in this video, because now we have accomplished our mission. We have a new frame up here. I'm keeping Alt down, clicking on the visibility icon, and we can see the new frame here. And I'm still keeping Alt down and clicking again. And we also have the balloon, Alt down, clicking on the balloon C, which we need to downscale, and like that. So this is a solo function to view only one layer in Photoshop. Alright, so this was the end of this video, and just to remind you all, this is from Unlimited Danger Season 1, Episode 1, named 987 Degrees Centigrade. A science fiction action thriller with Barry Riley in lots of danger and action and drama. If you have any questions or comments or would like to put something, a suggestion or anything like that, so please make a comment in the comment section and I'll be glad to look it over. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.